Slow Homestead. I had big plans for today. First of all, I got up at a pretty good time, 7:30, and I went out, took care of my chickens, watched them for the most part while they ate their breakfast. But I didn't watch them the whole time because guess what? The Tweety birds are starting to stay away. This is a good sign. Well, it was 17 degrees when I went out there. Yeah, it was pretty cold. I was dressed warm, but still 17 degrees, that's pretty cold. So I made a quick job of it, made sure every chicken got their food. And then I came back in and waited for it to warm up and waited for it to warm up. Well, now it's 29 degrees, still below freezing. And so I've decided to change my plan. My next plan was going to be to get my drill out and some screws and fix what do you want to call it? Let's call it a lid on a structure that I have out in run number 1. When I put that structure out there, it was an old, kind of breaking down small dresser. I put some legs on it, turned it upside down, and it has been a shelter for the chickens. I put it in a place where there wasn't too much protection for them. It was a place where the chickens could run underneath in case there was an aerial predator. Well, guess what? Over the last 3 or 4 years, that old piece of furniture that I changed into a shelter for the chickens, it started wearing out, especially the top part, the lid. And it got worse and worse. Sometimes chickens will climb up there and be on the top of it too. So eventually they weighed it down a little bit, so it was sinking in the middle and breaking apart, getting wet and falling apart. So what my plan is to get another piece of wood for that lid. And guess what? I found one. In my chicken coop where I keep some of my wood scraps, there was exactly the right dimensions of a piece of plywood, which I know will eventually break down again, but right now it's new and firm. Not new, I'm sure it's not new, but it's firm. Better than the old lid. To make a long story even a little bit longer, I put that piece of wood on the shelter and I just put it right over the one that was rotting away. And it fit perfectly. It comes out a few inches, maybe that much, on the front side of it, which is great because it's just a little bit more of a shaded area, more of a shelter for those chickens to be under. But what I have to do is get my drill out, get my screwdriver out, and adhere it to the top of that structure, that shelter. I'm afraid that we're going to get a storm one of these days. So far, we've had a little rain, which we really appreciate. We've had a skiff of snow, which is okay too. It's December, almost January. When you are viewing this, it'll probably be January 1st. I'm afraid that we're going to get a strong wind and it's just going to lift that lid right off of that shelter. So what I need to do is get it screwed on there securely so that it doesn't blow away. That's the project I was going to do today. But guess what? It's too cold for me still. I could wrap up in all kinds of gear, hats, scarves, coats, gloves, everything, but it would still be uncomfortable. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait for another day to do that. Today, I have some chores close by in the warmth of the house and the garage that I need to take care of, and one of them is to get some water softening salt for my water softener and take it downstairs. However, it is in 50 pound bags. And so I'm going to go out in my garage, open those bags one at a time. I just have 2 bags, smaller buckets that I can carry, because 50 pounds is not a good idea for me to carry. I'm sorry, but I just won't do it. So I'm going to put the softening salt in smaller containers, carry it downstairs, put it in the water softener, and take care of that little chore. Those bags have been in the back of my truck for probably a week now. That's not good. I've got to get busy. The bag is lighter now. So I can carry it. It's good to get that rock salt in the house and in the water softener where it belongs. I was starting to get worried about it, that I might run out, but I didn't, so yay, that was lucky. I finally got that little job done. Another good thing about getting that done is that now my pickup is empty in the back, in the bed of it, and I need to go to the feed store. But not necessarily to get feed this time, because as I mentioned before, the chickens are eating less because the Tweety birds are going away. They're not eating the chickens' food as much. I know they're probably getting a few of the little scraps that the chickens are leaving out on the ground, but my feed is going farther, and that's a good thing. Sometimes when I sell a dozen eggs, I think, I'm not making any money by doing this because I'm spending too much on feed. Well, I'm going to continue to work on that, on spending less on feed, but still giving them that which they need. So I'm going to go to the feed store and basically get some bales of something. If they have straw, I'll get that. If they have alfalfa, I'll get that. If they have the one that's called, I don't know, 3-in-1 or something, it's a mixture. Whatever they have, if they have something in bales, I need 3 of them, 1 for each coop. And I'm going to put them inside of the coops in the way of the little door that they come in and out of to get to their run. And the reason I'm doing that, I'm not going to block off the doorway, but I'm going to put it in a position where it will keep the cold north wind out of the coop for the most part when those storms do come. So I have 2 things I need to show you. The bales of whatever they're going to be of, and then also screwing down that board I told you about at the first of the video. I need to do both of those things, both in preparation for keeping the chickens safer and warmer. So you can look forward to those. I'm looking forward to those. You can join in if you'd like, and I appreciate all that you do. One of my recent videos actually seemed to be popular for some reason. I don't know what was different about it, but I was able to get in touch via YouTube with more of you as you subscribed, and I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. And also, just viewing my videos, I hope is helpful for you. I hope that it helps you be more self-reliant. That's what I want. I want you to be more self-reliant and not to be afraid of it. If I can do it, you can at least try. Remember that even if you take it slow, you can accomplish a lot. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.